warehouse. They see that it's been set up to look like that, but there's gear in crates in the back and shit. Actually, it's a one of the Vasori's caches, or one of their hideouts. Now, they were only meant to be there overnight till the heat laid low. These guys decide to take it permanently. Now this is their base. Even though it's an Omega cell, Dr. Doom hasn't found out that they're living there instead of just spending the night there. He figured they had their own hideouts. Well, in the process of looking the place over, the chick takes off. And the other guy that had fallen with him was a guy kind of like Iron Man. He had a suit, and that was his superpowerness. When he's out of his suit, he's just a normal guy. That guy noticed that the chick wasn't there, because they were all checking out rooms, and they weren't going around as a group per se, but he's the first one to notice, like, hey, where'd the chick go? He comes out, looks outside, and sees her going into a sewer. Now, by the time he tells the guys and they go to check her out, she's gone. Jim tries to sniff her out, because Wolverine's got this scent, but in the sewer she loses him. He's not real happy about this. He thinks Wolverine should never fail. But anyway, while they're outside, they find some vehicles that was parked out back. Now, the demon made a mistake. When I designed the place, the vehicles were inside. But I goofed the night that they started investigating the place. I forgot all about the vehicles, and by the time I realized it, we had already stopped gaming, and it was one of those shit. I can't put a bunch of vehicles inside and say, hey, I forgot to mention this, because, as many vehicles as there was, somebody would have noticed it. So they take all the vehicles and put them inside and kind of shut themselves in. Well, a day or so goes by. Doc Doom gets a hold of them on their Palm Pilots and says, hey, the guy that you rescued for me has given me the location of something. A power source that's underground that was made by some other guy that's dead. But this guy that they had broke out of jail used to work for him, or was his partner or something. He knows it's down there, blah, blah, blah. He don't know the exact location, but he knows it's down in the underground of the city, below the sewers. You got to go into the sewers and then find your way into the underground. There's a series of tunnels and stuff like that down there. Well, they go. Lo and behold, well, let me slow up. They run into some of the aliens have put some of their pet monsters down there to clear out the sewers. They know people were hiding in the sewers, so they put these monsters in there to kill any mutants or superheroes that was using the sewers as a safe haven. Well, they ran into a few of them, and these things were huge. You're talking like fighting something almost the size of a city bus. That was their first major combat. Hold on, let me take a break real quick. Alright, where was I? Let's see. The guys were down in the sewers. They found one of the sewer walls busted, leading into tunnels and caverns underneath the city. So they're one step closer. Now this takes quite some time. There's actually a chart in there that gives you what they need to roll every hour to be able to find stuff. First, find an opening to the underground, and then to find this, to find that. So they fight a few more of the slugs. When they run into a group of undergrounders. Undergrounders are mutants and whatnot that are living underground. They've made their home down there because they can't live topside because of the aliens. So they go and get it's an ambush. So the guys are kind of screwed unless they want to try fighting all these guys. So they go to get their leader. And who do you think the leader is? Yep, that's right. The girl that they rescued from the jail, from the holding facility. So she makes a deal that she will help find this thing, because she pretty much knows where it's at, if they go and get them some supplies, shit that they just can't readily go get. Metal equipment, clothing, food, stuff like that. They just can't go topside and go buy this shit. So if they help them with some supplies, they will they'll help them find it. Now, by book, they're supposed to go do this before they find it. But Jim, being the kind of gamer he is, he convinces her that, hey, we rescued you from jail. You owe us anyway. Show it to us, the location, in good faith, and we'll bring it back. So he convinces her to do that. So they go ahead and show them this place. Now, let me back up because I forgot to mention something. When Dr. Doom told them about this adventure to go down, there was a part that they needed. Looked like a big transistor type thing, like you'd see on a pole. It had a cable that came off of it with a weird plug-in. Something like they had never seen before. This thing weighed, a ton or two. It wasn't something that you could just pick up and throw in a duffel bag and carry with you. Lexicon's character was able to carry it, but, he's carrying this big fucking hulking thing around for hours in the sewers. Which he wasn't real happy about having to lug it, but, he's the biggest, strongest guy, so he has to lug it along. Just when combat happened, he had to set it down, go get into combat, and then afterwards go back and pick this big fucking thing up and carry it. Well, the undergrounders take them to the location, but all the entrances had caved in. They had to, the only thing that was left was like a drainage tunnel that led out. They had to open it up. So it took a while. Now, inside was this guy's lab, and in the middle was a spot for this thing to set into. But guarding it is a huge-ass robot, because the guys whose lab it was into robotics and stuff like that. So he had left this huge fucking robot behind to guard his lab. They fight it. They defeat it. There was also a bunch of those big slug things that they had fought earlier. There was a bunch of those in there. What are you looking for? Just trying to figure out what the fuck you were looking for. Alright. So, they fight the robot. They defeat the robot. They put the transformer and plug it up, and a big old beam of light goes up through